Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome to the At Home Film Festival. This is Sarah Tolamash's and Ashley Brooke Roberts' show where we are on YouTube Live and we host videos from our pals.
Yes, we just realized we didn't know this or was really paying attention, but this is our 2-year anniversary.
It's a huge deal.
It really is. I feel like keeping up with anything is pretty hard, so I'm impressed.
I've never really done anything for 2 years except for my podcast that no one listens to. So, it's pretty impressive.
They're out there.
Yeah, I think maybe we could do an anniversary show later down the line. Just be like, it's our 2-year anniversary show, but do it in like July or something, for a little dash of irony.
Yeah, we could do that. Kind of like when you can celebrate maybe like a Christmas in the summer.
Yes, exactly. Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. This is the first, also our two-year anniversary show, first time ever that I have turned on my camera and my audio and our YouTube has not been playing in the background.
I almost texted you, but then, you don't want to be like a backseat driver. And also it always lends itself to humor. So
it does. And honestly, when we turned on our mics, I stopped because I was expecting the feedback. And I was like, and that's why there was like that delayed start because I was waiting to be interrupted by my mistake, but it was not there.
No, I don't want to jinx this, but I feel like we run a pretty smooth ship right now. It took us 2 years and we really whittled it down to the most basic, simplest format we could do.
Yeah. We got rid.
Minimum.
We really did. If you've been watching this since the beginning, you have seen us just really take away every other aspect of the show until it was just Sarah and I. It used to be like other people on the Zoom. We used to do slideshows. And then we were like, this is too much. It always falls apart. And, we're just here for the chit chat.
We're here. We also felt like putting projects onto our friends was hurting relationships.
Yeah, it really does. When you are just being like, hey, do you want to make a free thing for because we think of it, and correct me if I'm wrong here, this is something we like to do every month because it keeps us from being very depressed and not working because we always have something to focus on for the month,
Yeah. And, I do feel like our skill level is improving and it's been very beneficial for just you and I.
Yes. We've gotten a lot out of it. And thank God for that. So then it's like, I just assume everybody else is on that same train, like I want to make something for the month so that I will have something to do and have a creative outlet instead of sitting around waiting for someone to ask you to make something, make it.
Absolutely. And then also I feel like kind of what this has turned into is more like a film club.
Yes, it really is. And we have a couple of regulars who, by the way, I was actually speaking with Julia Johns, one of our regulars, and we were talking about how Christmas Futures videos have just gotten, everyone is just like, they just keep getting better and better. And how I personally feel like I started out pretty low, I got better, and then I've declined as what I've gotten is my trajectory.
Ebbs and flows. It's like, hey, you know what? When you go through an IMDb of even the most well-known, what we put directors or filmmakers on the highest pedestals, really, they are churning out maybe 3 good movies out of their whole career.
That is true. There's a lot of crap. And, and that is why we do this every month. So we can get one good vid a year.
Yeah. It's a numbers game. We have some, we got Julia Johns in the chat. I was just seeing who's in our chat right now. Lisa Henderson, Nuria's there. Just giving a heads up. Or a shout out.
My mom. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
I did not know that.
Lisa Henderson's my mom. Yeah. You guys pay attention to the vids. We will have a quiz. There will be a chance to win a Starbucks gift card at the end. We will also announce May's theme at the end of the show as well. So there's a lot of reasons to stick around. Not that you would bail in the first 5 minutes. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Well, no, but you always have to have incentives. And well,
Yes.
You know what's crazy? Just talking to a lot of comics, like because of the algorithm and how people watch stuff, there are some of the top headliners are talking about just in their specials, putting all their best jokes up front and then having like,
whoa,
because everybody only really watches like 30 minutes of a special, maybe not even that now I'm thinking we should just do shorter content because we just can't consume long stuff anymore.
I'm never going to hack the algorithm. Like every time I think I understand it, something comes out and it's like, no, you actually have to say this combination of words. I remember when I learned on TikTok that you should say you, like the word you, Y-O-U, within 7 seconds of your video in order to have higher. And I was like, this feels like math. Like I didn't get into creative aspirations so that I could do math.
No, absolutely. And a lot of the times now, and we've talked about this, the algorithm is my higher power now.
Yes, it is. You pray to it. You worship it.
I pray to it. It works in mysterious ways. And then
I sacrifice to it.
I sacrifice. I'm grateful when it's good to me. And then when it's bad to me, I try to turn it into a lesson.
Yeah, that is, I mean, nothing is more like God is not that active in my life as the algorithm.
That is seriously what's happening. But very fascinating.
I have something. Okay. So this is our 2-year anniversary show, which we just remembered about 10 minutes ago. And this is not the anniversary show though. I should say that we're going to have an anniversary show later, but this is our 2-year. And I was watching your video and I was thinking about how your video, can I talk about your video before we?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I'll save it for afterwards, but I just was going to say that like in your video, I was thinking about how you and I both play a lot with like, we have like a theme that that comes up over and over again in our vids. Like it's not the same theme. Like you and I have different themes, but we both have something that's distinctly us that comes up over and over. And I was aware of that in both of our vids this month.
Yes. It's funny that you mentioned that because while I was editing, I was like, I'm actually quite shocked how a lot of my past films can kind of work all under the same universe.
Yeah.
And there's something where I'm like, there's a theme going on for sure. So you learn a lot.
Sorry, I was
learning a lot.
A FaceTime.
You're getting a FaceTime? You want to take it?
I think I'm gonna have to cancel it. Nick, you sent me a text, babe. What's it about? Is it supposed to, just sending this to myself is the text. Okay. I thought maybe he was alerting to me to a technical problem, but
I do want to give out another shout out. We have a first time watcher film at home film fest guy. I don't know what you would consider people that watch us. We've never determined a name. Moviegoers?
At home heads?
An at-home head. I love it. We have a new at-home head, Ian Rice.
Welcome to the family, Ian. Get comfy. Hope you got a nice cool drink.
Yeah, and maybe you can participate for next month if you're interested.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. First off, you should know there's a live chat, and then there's some vids. Yeah, and I'm sipping on some cold water from Los Angeles. Sarah, do you have a bubbly?
I have this Boston Strong.
Very nice.
With those packets that I've been sending you, which you are getting new packets shortly. I've got a whole box for you.
Wow.
I forgot the name of them.
Liquid IV. Nick and I are obsessed.
I'm doing this one's watermelon.
Ooh, look at her go, folks. Look at her go. Enjoying that watermelon. Nick and I are like fighting over those packets. I think we're going to have to find a way to get this show sponsored so they'll just ship it to us directly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even drink water anymore. I just drink Liquid IV.
I hate water.
I hate it. It's gross.
It is. It's boring. I only love it when I'm dying of thirst. And I'm like, God, why am I doing this more often? I'm like that with fruit as well.
Same. Yeah. There's a time and a place for fruit. And it's usually like starving and thirsty, where I'm like, I need food and water at the same time.
Absolutely.
So this is April's show for the At Home Film Fest, and it was rainy days is the theme. We left it up to a vote last month, and this is what the viewers picked: rainy days. And I, for one, it doesn't rain in Los Angeles. So I really had a lot of fun kind of thinking outside the box. What does rainy days mean for me? You and I were talking about like rain in movies in general, just like what a wonderful mood marker that is. And you brought up, of course,
The Notebook, the famous scene where they profess their love to each other in the rain. There's a lot of like love monologues of like, you were the one, I always knew you were the one. And it's always in rain outside of the door. Yeah. So there is an element of drama with rain.
Totally. And I was thinking about like Sleepless in Seattle. Was there a rain scene in that movie? Because first off, it's in Seattle, always raining. Second off, it's a rom-com. It feels mandatory to have a rain scene. And yet I cannot remember one.
I don't think it rained.
I like when rain is in like action movie. Did you see The Batman?
I did. With the one with Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Pattinson? Is it Pattinson?
I have no idea. The cute one.
He's hot.
I like that one, but I did think it was kind of weak. Like, he couldn't get the riddle under 3 guesses. Like, they were so bad of doing the bird riddle. And then there was a scene where they're like, they got their laptop from the car and Google. And I was like, you can't have Batman just like Google. It just seemed like a weak literary technique to get the plot fixed.
Yeah, like when she is, first off, I love the movie, but I'm on board to ride this train. But when she was, when Catwoman was wearing like the computer contacts, and it's like all of a sudden the DA is there, and he's like, the DA just says everything, and now the chief of police is there, and the chief of police just says everything. It was like, well, this is like a very convenient device, like.
It just reminded me of like when you would write sketches and then you're like, how can I get this information out? And you're like, how about we just have them look it up?
Yeah. How about she just stumbles upon the chief of police and he's like so drugged out, he tells her everything.
Yeah, how convenient.
Like, how convenient. That will be the scene. I love the movie. There's a rain scene in there where like where there's like a car chase and it's raining.
Yeah, remind me of I feel like that director David Fincher uses rain. Like when he did Seven, I think the movie was all rain.
God, rain is powerful.
Yeah, it's definitely adds an element of to me, it's like depressing. There's only every now and then. I mean, I don't mean to bring up this filmmaker, but I know Woody Allen used to like having the streets of New York City to be wet when he shot stuff because he liked the lighting bouncing off of it.
I agree. New York is beautiful in the rain.
Absolutely. Taking photos because the reflection of it, it's like who's that? Well, Thomas Kincaid puzzle painting.
Yeah.
The luminescence.
Yes. You're right. The light bounces off everything, but there's also like I used to walk dogs in New York. And so I would have to walk dogs a lot of the time in the rain. And sometimes I'd have to be in Manhattan walking a dog for like 30 minutes through Washington Square Park. And it was just incredible because no one would be there. And so it's like you're walking and through the park and it's like yours. It's like the only time you can be in Washington Square Park and it's empty is like in a downpour. And it's just so special.
Well, there is a time like if you accept it's raining and you've got proper attire to wear, it's actually quite fun to hang out in a light drizzle.
It's lovely. I'll stand under a tree and watch the world just kind of like all the pretty little fairy rain dance around me while you stand under a tree.
And the noise that it makes when it hits the leaves, very ASMR.
Yes. I'm writing a book right now and I have like a long rain scene in it. And it's just a really great device. Okay. Yes. It's a great device. And we used it this month for all these videos. Every participant used it in one way or another.
I tried.
And I think we could just jump into these first vids.
Okay, guys, pay attention because we will be asking a few questions.
Do you want to introduce our first one?
Sure. This one is part of I would consider a full-time member of the At Home Film Fest Film Club. Mm-hmm. And I always look forward to his films every month. And I'm very excited to introduce the first one. This one's called Tunnel Vision by Xmas Futures. And you will see it's starring Katie Frame, who's been a past participant.
Enjoy.
Later.
I planned a picnic in the park. Clouds rolled in, and I watched the rain slowly ruin the onion dip while he explained he'd fallen in love with his scuba instructor. A year's passed since he left. Pretty sure it's rained every day since. I guess we're all born with an expiration date we're just not privy to. There are ways to keep the specter at bay, though. I've got a portal that takes me to other worlds. Shows me things I've never even dreamed of. And yes, sometimes I might enter a slightly less refined portal that sends me down a rabbit hole of watching gore free runs all night. I can't always control where the portals take me. But lately, I've found myself spending more and more time inside the portal. Yesterday, I caught myself entering a portal while I was inside a portal. Maybe I should get out of the house for a bit. It felt good to get some fresh air. Then I looked up and saw something familiar. Someone was using the same portal as me. This was unlike any portal I'd experienced before. We had an instant connection. He showed me his portals, and I let him into my strange little world. Dark clouds will always loom, but at least we can run from them together.
Gosh, that was so good, Sarah.
Very poetic. And what a lovely world. And it is portal and sci-fi-ish, but yet very humanizing and warm.
I love the metaphor of our distractions and our interests being portals that take us out of ourselves and take us to another world. I love that. And I love like handmade props like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the clothing tubes, the cloth tubes add a really interesting layer to that video. I'm kicking myself, Sarah, because I spent days with Christmas Futures recently and I wasn't like, why are your videos so cool? How are you making them? They're so awesome. We just chatted about life stuff and now I want to get back and pick their brain because I really love everything they make.
Yeah, I want to hear, we should go deep diving on some of our members about their creative process.
We should have an interview spotlight. Yeah, for our At Home Film Club peeps that just do a lot of vids with us. Yes. I love that idea. I love that.
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Gosh, we have so much coming up in the future. You don't want to miss it.
I feel like we do though, because I think we're going to be working on a bigger project that I'm excited about.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, just a tease.
Just a tease.
Yeah, guys, watch this channel closely. Every day, come on here, watch a video. We're leaving clues in all our past videos. See if you can find them.
Yes. Everything. You know what's interesting? My mom bought me this anthology of Nora Ephron, and she uses a lot of her stuff, the same stuff throughout her whole life and her artistic pieces.
I believe it. Is there anything in particular that like stood out to you?
A lot of her
repeating
like
theme?
observations about food come up in
Mm.
several of her movies, and they can kind of be the same jokes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah. She's the best.
We're future Nora Ephrons, really, when you think about it.
I mean, that's how I'd like to be seen, but I don't know if anybody will ever describe us. And I'm really trying to control that narrative.
Yeah, we decide. Once we can figure out the algorithm, we'll know. We'll have it
So
under control.
we'll just say it right here. Ashley and I are kind of like our modern day Nora Ephrons.
Yeah, basically. And and I'm pretty sure we're not the first to say that about us. I mean, people are saying it all the time. And if you guys at home wanted to say it to each other, that would make
we are not going to stop you.
We're not going to stop you. And we think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Our next video coming to us, this is the first time this person has participated in the At Home Film Fest. They are a dear friend of mine from New York. We were on an improv team together in like 2012, babe, like running around New York in basements. Sarah, we did 3-prov with this person in a basement. So fun.
Yeah. And I think we've done a few of those late night UCB kind of open mic improvs. I kind of miss improv. I miss every now and then doing it, but not having it being a big part of my life.
Exactly. And this person lives in LA, and I'm going to try and work my way back into their improv world so that I can occasionally do an improv show, because it's so fun. Miss, you got to move to LA so that we can do improv together once a month.
Absolutely. Oh, Ian Rice said he hears that a lot about us being modern day Nora Ephron. So I knew it.
Thank you, Ian, for confirming our suspicions. Thank you so much. And on that note, please enjoy this next video from Stefan Schweddy and Lily Anna Wentworth called Rainy Days.
Jenny. Jenny. Jenny.
Sean.
Hey, Big Mama. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Big Daddy?
I'm okay. How you been?
Honestly, sad. Thinking a lot about us and me and like what I want.
I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about your niece.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kicked your niece in the face while doing the Macarena. I'm sorry. I was so drunk. You know, I know it's the end of it and everything. And
I don't want it to be.
what do
I
mean
miss
don't want
you. I miss you.
Remember 7 years ago?
Yes, Sean, we were dating for 7 years. We had a life together.
7 years is a long time. I'm surprised I didn't ask you to marry me.
Me too.
Remember when we took me on our first date? That monster truck rally you like so much? Down at the Alamo Dome.
Yeah.
And then we went, and it was your jam. You had the big hat. It was like, Sunday, 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 down to Radio Rodeo. It was a clown with a top hat.
So funny.
And it was so scary for me.
Yeah, scary.
I didn't know what was going on. And I remember I cried like a baby. I just cried profusely.
Yeah, you did.
You know, you remember what you did?
I think I do.
You fucking cradled me in your arms. You shook me like a baby. And then you lifted me. And I was pushing 300 pounds at the time, and you lifted me.
I was just feeling it, I guess.
And I've never been cradled, especially by someone with that feat of strength. It's just, do you still have the shirt from that night?
What?
You know, the shirt you were wearing, the Diarrhea Planet shirt?
So was there more to that story?
I have plans, I have dinner plans. I promised this girl, I was talking to this girl the other day, and I told her about the shirt, and she thought it was so funny, and I told her I'd wear it. The date doesn't work without the shirt. I mean, if I can get the shirt, I'm in. Without the shirt, she's not gonna see me, so.
Sean, let me get this straight. You ran over to my apartment, called me to my window.
Right,
In a grand gesture
yeah.
to get back your Diarrhea Planet shirt to wear it for a new girl?
Yeah.
Wait, this girl said she wouldn't go out with you if you were wearing a Diarrhea Planet shirt?
This girl that I'm seeing tonight, it wouldn't make sense to go on the date without the shirt. That's all I'm going to say. And I really want to get some action tonight, so.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm sorry. I don't know why I told you that. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't. Even if I had the shirt, I don't think I'd give it back to you because it's a bad shirt. You should stop wearing it.
I really want that shirt.
I don't think I have it. Why would I keep a shirt that said
Can you
Diarrhea
check?
Planet?
Can
No.
you just check.
No. I'm not going to check to get a shirt for you to wear on a new date after you broke my heart a week ago.
I thought when I kicked your niece in the face, it was over. So the answer is no for the shirt, essentially?
Yeah, so it's a hard pass for me on that one.
I miss you.
All right.
Give it up for Stefan and Liliana. You know what? Okay, a lot to love here.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed how they were both like in corners of their scene. Like she was up here and he was down here.
Yes.
I just like that framing a lot.
I do too. And it reminded me of like an LA Romeo and Juliet.
Truly. Yeah. It had really a Romeo and Juliet vibe. And it is being billed as a rainy day of the soul. So
Yeah.
that is how it applies to rainy days, the theme. I also just like they improvised it and then they were able to like cut it down and make it into something that had like a through line and it had this fun mumblecore feeling to it.
Absolutely. I think a lot of movies are great when you do improvised dialogue. It's really hard though, I think, to edit it. And I think they did a really great job.
Agreed. Yeah, it is so tough. I mean, you and I have experienced that where we've like filmed things together that are improvised and then you try and go back and match it up. And it's like,
there's like overlapping of talking over each other, which you kind of normally do anyway in conversation. But like when editing and trying to match it, it's difficult.
it's so hard. Are you guys paying
Don't
attention?
advise it.
We don't advise it. We don't advise it. We're okay. Here, we don't advise improvising in movies unless you can do it well and it won't make you crazy. We are the modern Nora Ephrons, and this is our 2-year anniversary, but not our 2-year anniversary show. It's a lot to keep track of here. I hope you're taking notes because there will be a quiz at the end. And if you could win a $10 gift card. By the way, we are going to do it so that the people who have won in the past are not eligible for this one just because.
Sorry, Nuria.
We want some people to, be able to get in there. And you pay attention so well.
But you can get back on next month.
Yeah, you get back on next month.
You're so mean.
And on that note, this next video coming to you is from one of the greats, one of my faves, best freaking co-host on this side of YouTube. Give it up for the wonderful Sarah Talamash and her trailer, Rainy Days.
Yes. I'm a 43-year-old woman. My time is very precious to me. I don't want to be working for free. Now let's go sell some motherfucking saunas. There's definitely an unflattering presence here. Figure out, like, what do I need to do? Do I need to do, like, thirst traps?
At this point, I'd be happier if she did a thirst trap. Just, show your tits for God's sakes. in 6 months.
Also, this toilet, you're shoving your tampons in the urine.
I hope you're ready to die, motherfuckers.
I love it.
Thank you. So this month was hard. So I had to regurgitate content, which I think we're all doing.
Yeah. Everything is up for grabs.
Yeah. And I found this thing online. I just looked up on YouTube. I was like, I want to make a trailer and I want to get or figure out how to do it because there is a formula to it. And then I found a YouTube like template and they had this song that I could buy.
Mm.
And I do think it hits all the tropes, but like, don't you think it's funny that all movie trailers have a pop song from 20 years ago, Slow Down?
Yeah, that's a good point. I had not thought about it, but that music really like made this feel legitimate.
Yeah.
And now
it will make anything feel legitimate.
It really made it feel like a trailer for a real thing. And like everything kind of flowed together in a way. And that's one of the things that got me thinking about how you and I have like themes throughout. So what do you think your theme is that like pops up over and over again?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily the theme, but I definitely felt like this movie was just about a mentally ill woman that hasn't left her apartment yet.
Yeah. Okay. Because I would say, okay, because I would say like it reminded me of your videos. They all have this like kind of theme of like an unstable woman who is like on the edge and like trying to figure out what it is she's supposed to do to just have like a normal like life and get what she wants. And it's just like desperation is basically. Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, the whole thing is like, I don't want to do anything for free. And I just want to, like I'm 43 and I'm trying to make a living. And then what do I do in my life? All I'm doing is stuff that doesn't pay me. But enjoying the ride. But it's definitely where you're like, I just thought like having the puberty doll was a sidetrack. Then I get kidnapped from doing a podcast, held captive, and it like trying to get out. And then my printer doesn't work. So
yeah, and you're just this like you're just this creative woman who's trying to like live her life and like things keep going wrong. Like the landlord's harassing you, your printer won't work. There's like a weirdo fan who's like stalking you, and you're like just trying to figure out, I don't know. I felt when I watched it, I was like, wow, Sarah's videos have a theme. Mine do too. We're going to discuss.
I can't wait to hear yours, but yeah, it definitely was an eye-opening project, but rainy days and like, this was a rainy day project.
Yes. That's how you stuck to the theme. Love that.
I just slapped the title and called it Rainy Days. Sorry, everybody.
We tell people when they want to do it, we say the theme is just open to interpretation, whatever it means to you. And that applies to us as well.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you go.
All right. That was enjoyable. Let's see, where are we at? Oh my God. I'm excited to bring up this next filmmaker. I was, every month, and I just want to let everyone know that we put up an open submission on our Instagram. Please follow us there if you can. Just letting you know what the theme is, when it's due, and when the show date is. And you're more than welcome to submit as long as we think it's like appropriate. Because every now and then we get one where we're like, this feels weird.
Well, really, it's just like no dead animals or graphic nudity.
Sexual, any harm or anything like that. And so I was really excited. A friend of mine submitted, he's a really funny comic from Boston, and he has really funny videos that he puts on his Instagram a lot. And he submitted one for Rainy Days, and let's hear it for Jimmy Whitman. And this is Rain Report.
Enjoy.
Your timeline, it's a combination deal here. Rainstorms, autumn arriving officially at 3:20 this afternoon. And then as far as this morning versus this evening, it's more rain this morning and then the thunderstorms later today. Mansfield, Worcester included in that. So there is plenty of rain regionally, and this is how it's going to go on our National Design Mart forecast, especially for later today. And it will be one of those where we're going to have to watch for that severe weather potential. To radar, and it's pretty easy to see why areas like Sandusky are going to be under, that flooding potential. Already we get into more as far as talking potential storms, and especially for later today. And it will be one of those where we're going to have to watch for that severe weather potential. Already we've got concerns there into Lorain County. Winds right now are generally around 10 miles an hour. They will be much stronger around any of those strong severe storms, and they will end up sending one throughout today.
Guys, that was Rain Report by Jimmy Whitman.
Love it. Love is just a closet full of crop tops.
Was it? I guess so, right? They're short.
They're white, short. I think they were crop tops. They were definitely white. They were definitely going to be see-through very soon in the rain.
Definitely. Choosing your wardrobe is a dilemma when it is raining outside. I always have to make sure that my shoes are water repellent.
I never did it right in New York. I spent like 9 of the 10 years I lived in New York, I was just always just really fumbling rain outfits. And then I finally got it together. I got some like rain boots, and that was like my last year in New York. And then that changed things. And then I moved to LA, and it just doesn't rain here at all.
No.
Just so weird.
Yeah. And if you do deal with it, you are fortunately in your car.
Yes, you're in your car. Oh my God. LA and rain culture is so strange to me. Did I tell you about the Denzel Washington story?
No, and I want to hear it.
Okay, so first off, I've been here for like 6 months, and it's probably rained like a total of 7 days.
Okay.
Which is like, I'm like a dry person. I need moisture. So I just have like humidifiers blasting 24/7 up in the house. Like I need the moisture. But when I first moved here, I got an invite to a screening of The Tragedy of Macbeth, which was a movie that was out last year. You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it. It was a Writers Guild invite to go see this movie, and it was a screening of it, and there was going to be a interview with Denzel Washington after the movie. Okay. So I RSVP. I'm like, this is going to be incredible. I'm going to like see Denzel in the flesh. This is insane. Cannot wait. And I know from having gone to like these screenings in New York that you have to get there super early. Like I went to see Greta Gerwig get interviewed. I actually have seen her interviewed twice for 2 different movies. One was Little Women and one was Lady Bird. And both times I showed up like 40 minutes before the screening, and I was in the last row and the very way back. Like,
oh, wow.
People are showing up early. They're trying to get up close to the stage. They want to see Greta. They want to see the stars, So
they want to get discovered.
They want to get discovered. They want to be close. So I was inviting my friend to go see this Tragedy of Macbeth. And I was like, we have to get there really early because it's Denzel Washington, and it's going to be like, the theater is going to be packed, blah, blah, blah. So we get there early. We go in, and we're like one of 12 people in the theater. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Like maybe people are just late, and like people kind of slowly start filing in, but there goes my cat.
I know, I love it.
It never gets like the theater never gets beyond a fifth full. Like no one is there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Did he cancel? Also, Frances McDermott.
Yeah.
She was going to be there. Like, I'm like, was the Q&A canceled and I just didn't know about it? I'm like refreshing my email. Cannot figure it out. why is there no one here? And then my friend was like, oh, you know what? It's drizzling outside. So no one's going to come. And then I found out like all these people canceled because it was the lightest rain. And I was like, I ended up being like 20 feet away from Denzel Washington while he talked about this movie.
That's amazing. I wonder too, if people don't care to go to movies that much.
Or like, are they like, yeah, we've been there, done that.
Yeah.
With Denzel. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Although I do get somewhat satisfaction that even at Denzel and Frances McDormand's, I think that's how you say it. They're at their level, they're still like every now and then 12 people show up.
Yeah, they're still doing a bar show at 10 p.m. in the Lower East Side.
They need that. They need
that. Why am I in the back of this restaurant performing for 6 strangers?
But cool experience that you got to, be in the same room as those 2 actors and be in an intimate setting.
Yes, it was really cool.
Did you ask a question?
No, I did not. I did not ask a question. The stage was full. It was a bunch of the other actors, and then the director, what's his name? Cohen. It was I think it was one of the Cohen brothers.
She's married to one of them.
Is she?
Yeah, Frances McDormand's married to one.
She was a dream, Sarah.
Yeah.
She was a dream. She was so fun on stage. She was so interesting. Joel Cohen directed it. He was there. I didn't ask any questions because they were all like, they had like someone come in who was like professionally interviewing them, but it was great.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about LA in that moment.
Yeah. It's weird when someone's like, yeah, there's this drizzle. And you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah. There's been times I've had to go to a comedy show when it's just like a blizzard outside.
I have literally had to fight hurricanes to go do a spot. Like it's not like when I moved to New York for the first time, there was like I had been in New York for like 2 months and we got like 8 inches of snow. And so I called my job being like, yeah, I guess we're not coming in today. And they were all like, everyone is here but you. What's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't know that people like still existed in extreme weather in New York.
Yeah. I hate it. I always want to cancel, even kind of for drizzle, but I'll come out for that.
For Denzel, you'd come out.
Yeah, I'd come out for sure.
Yeah.
But an personal obligation for me, I don't want to come out.
No, I'm not leaving. No.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. No.
All right. Let's get this going. I'm excited to bring up this next filmmaker. It's also the #1 co-host in the world, the next Nora Ephron. The next Nora Ephron.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Ashley Brooke Roberts. And your movie is Fritz and the Badland Boys. I love the title. I can't wait.
As Fritz, the last honest man of the apocalypse, approached the castle's edge, he knew one thing was certain. He'd either die in the kingdom or... Please fill out the new employee profile in our Smart Pay portal by end of day to receive payment for Project X. Hi, the Smart Pay portal link I was sent redirects me to an error page. Please send new link. He'd either die in the kingdom or live long enough to see her escape and fulfill her mission in the Forbidden Forest. Please try the link in a new browser, or close the original window and open again on a different computer, or clear history and open new browser in a new window. I tried this yesterday. Please send new link. Thinking of her, eyes wide in terror, clinging to him in pure desperation as the guards ripped her from his arms. Hi, Samantha. Your paperwork has been accepted. I'm not Samantha, and the link never worked, and to be honest, this is very annoying. as the guards ripped her from his arms, was all the motivation he needed to scale the wall. Once inside the kingdom, he would only have his raw strength and brains to protect him from the Sand Mountain's armed guards. Erased your profile. Sent new link. Please fill out your forms and send a picture of your passport. I'm trying to find out if Fritz kills the king and saves Maxine. Fritz, the last honest man of the apocalypse? Yeah, how'd you know? That's me. I'm Fritz, from the future. LOL, very funny. I need your help. DH and Sibo are at Blood Creek trying to light the signal fires. I've broken into the king's main chamber and accessed the time gateway to contact you and ask if you could, if you might, if you... Yes, anything. If you could please fill out your profile in the Smart Pay portal to get paid for Project X. So this is not Fritz? No, this is Jason and IT, but I also enjoyed the tale of Fritz and the Badland Boys.
And we're back.
Well done.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay.
Now I want to hear your assessment of
Yes.
your video. Okay.
My through line is that all of my videos are about someone who is trying to escape their life in some way who keeps getting interrupted.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That getting or like the portal shit or like uploading stuff and there's always a dilemma and then just like constant texting about it. It's just kind of like, I just don't know why they can't get their portals fixed.
So I was like, when I was thinking about what I'm going to do for this video, I was like, obviously it's about something about books. Cause like, that's what I do on a rainy day. I just read all day. It's the best.
Yeah.
And I was trying to read all day the other day. And like, I did this job for like last week and they just kept hounding me throughout the week to like fill out my paperwork on the portal. But like the link they sent was incorrect. And then they'd be like, can you restart your computer? Can you try it in Chrome? And I'm like, I'm doing all these things. I'm like taking screenshots and sending them the picture of the error page. And then, you know, come Friday, they're like, okay, we're gonna loop in Chris. And then Chris was like, yeah, that was the wrong link. Use this one. And I'm like, that's literally what I've been saying. Just get it together, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's also like annoying. I can only do that stuff if I'm at my computer. So and if it's on the phone, you're like, I don't want to read documents and try to figure out a link on a small screen.
Right. And now I'm like, I'm living my life doing the thing that I enjoy the most, reading a book, and you keep interrupting me. And it's also, you're not even listening to me. And I'm not going to get up and go to my computer. It's just, can I charge you for the time it spent for me to try and get paid? You know what I mean? Can I send you another invoice?
Well, it's like every time, it used to be when I would go to Panera Bread, they were like, do you want to sign up for our Panera benefits? And they would give you this card and you would just think giving your phone number, because that's generally what you have to do. But they're like, okay, go to this website when you get home and then fill out. You're like, I'm not going to a website for sandwiches.
No. I'll just never go back to Panera again. That's easier than having to go home and go to a website.
It's like, who do you think you are that I will actively go onto Panera.com and get this sorted?
No, I wouldn't even do that for Subway. You know, like that's bonkers.
It is bonkers. This modern day.
We have one more video for you. Do we know the title of it? This came in.
And I haven't even seen it because in the past, if you don't give us a title, we will title it.
Okay, I got it. I see it. I see the title.
Yes.
Okay, it's called, so this is one of our faves. This is one of the at-home homies. Wait, what did we call ourselves?
At home heads.
We should workshop that a little bit, make it a little bit more like we can figure it out. We'll figure it out by next month. But this is someone who's part of our film club, right?
Yes.
And we just love when they send us vids. So please enjoy Julia Johns and their vid Buds.
Nice.
Boy, it's really coming down today, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. It's getting pretty wet. You know, it's okay. I don't mind it. You remember Maurice?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty fun guy, huh? Really, catch those flies, you know? It was a fun guy to hop around with.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, the other day, this rock over here reminded me of Maurice, but it wasn't him. It was the rock, as you can see, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's nice talking to you and hopping around, you know. I miss my kids, though. I miss my kids. It's just me and you. And, you know, that's okay. You know, like I said, you're a fun guy, too.
Wow, Julia Johns illustrated and doing animation, I think for the first time for the At-Home Film Fest.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that Julia is actually a quite talented animator.
She is. She's an artiste.
She is an artiste.
Wow. I think that she doesn't think okay, so sorry to blow you up, Julia, but in the past, I have been privy to either me sending her something or someone else sending her like an animator needed type post and her being like, I'm an illustrator and wanting to do animation. And Julia, you got it. You did it, babe. You're an animator. Yeah. Okay. You're officially an animator. What a fun twist at the end there.
Absolutely. I was not seeing that. At first I was like, is this just a painting? Like I couldn't figure out what this was going to turn out to be. So I wasn't expecting that ending and I really liked it. And I also just pictured, even though it was animated, I got the visual effect of even like a frog underneath the leaf while it's raining, like something that you would see in a whatever they call it, nature program.
Love those.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that Nickelodeon show where the gnome lived in like a mushroom?
I have no idea. Because I feel like you and I are actually separate generation of Nickelodeon.
We are, but also I only there was like a 6-month period where my family had cable. Like any other time in my life, we only had ABC, NBC, and PBS.
Yeah.
We didn't even have Fox. So I didn't even watch The Simpsons. So there's like the tiniest sliver of time that I watched Nickelodeon, and I make references to things there, and people are like, if you didn't watch it in that 6-month window, you have no idea. Nick is saying it's David the Gnome was the name of it. Yeah.
I don't think I watched it, but I think if you showed me a visual of it, I think I might remember. But I know exactly what you mean. Like there was a show called Today Special on Nickelodeon, and also this little cartoon called Danger Mouse. And no one knows. It's almost like you're like, did I just create that when I was a child? But I know it existed, and it was great programming.
Or not, or it was or a figment of your imagination. Who's to say? There's no way to check. Nick is proposing calling it the At-Home Film Club. I like that. At-Home Film Club.
I do. I like that too, because it feels like that's kind of what organically this has turned into.
Agreed. Oh, here we go. David the Gnome, full episode.
It's almost like, I feel like you could probably pitch this to a TV show and they wouldn't know. I have seen this.
David the Gnome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is.
We just spent 30 minutes just live watching David the Gnome.
We should do our quiz. Do you have questions?
I have 2 questions, but I never feel like my questions are good or they're too easy.
I think you have here. Text me your questions right now, and then I'll see. I will tell you what I think. I think the only thing we can't do is a question about something you can see, because then you can just rewind it, right? So it's got to be something that you hear. Okay. Yes. Love that first question. Love that first question, Sarah. That was one of mine as well.
All right. Let's do that one then.
Okay. Great. Let's do that. Okay.
It just stuck out to me for some reason.
Folks at home, can you tell us the name of the shirt that Stefan wanted back in Stefan and Liliana's video, Rainy Days? What was the name of the shirt that he was trying to get back? You have a couple of minutes as we have a delay here.
I just texted it in the chat.
Oh, smart. I'm going to say quiz has begun so they know. First person who answers wins a gift card, right? We're doing gift card. Yeah. Okay, there we go. What Ian said last week, I got an email from IT telling me my email delay problem had been resolved. The ticket was submitted in February. I'm not sure if it's actually been resolved. So relatable.
Yeah. Also, sometimes in those doctor portals, you'll get like, they'll send you 3 notices at the same result or the same paperwork that they need you have to fill out. So it instills this like sense of panic in you.
Yes, it absolutely does. I received like my blood work information through a doctor portal one time, and it had this like one area that was like off the charts. And I was like, I have to, we got a winner. We got a winner.
All right.
Wow. And it's a first timer to the At Home Film Club. Ian, congrats. You won.
Ian, email us at robertstalamash@gmail so I can get your email account. Okay.
Okay. And then for the big reveal, May's theme.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun to reveal. May's theme is going to be May the 4th be with you. It is a sci-fi theme for the month of May. May is sci-fi. Do we want to say May the 4th be with you or just sci-fi?
It's like both. I like the title May the 4th be with you, but we'll just put in parentheses sci-fi, or like anything that pertains to, maybe you can create a new Star Wars world, or like a new character monologue or something, or
so
in that realm, or sci-fi. Any of it's we keep it loose here.
We keep it loose, folks. And I might have to make 2 vids.
Yeah. So you figure it out, and we're not going to get mad at you. I don't know if we have our date though.
We don't have a date yet. And maybe we'll come up with one right now while we're
go through our calendars.
How do you feel
I'm open on the 25th.
25th. Should we go back to the Thursdays, or do you like this Wednesday?
Well, for the last Thursday of May, I'm at the stand, so I can't.
Then let's do the 25th.
Okay, great. May 25th, guys.
May 25th. I'm going to put it in the chat. May 25th is our next show. Theme will be sci-fi. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for giving us a reason to make something. Honestly, it means the world.
Yeah, and we always forget, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we don't care too much, but if you want to throw us a bone or anything, you can Venmo us a suggested donation or a light donation. It helps pay for any of the light administrative costs that we have to deal with.
We do pay for Zoom. We do pay for Dropbox. We do pay for the things that keep the ship running. And we like to pay the comics when we have some left over. So, yeah, we would appreciate money.
At the last minute, we got that in. Great. Wait,
Okay, Sarah.
Nadia Pinder. Wow, the drama of watching a calendar invite being made. That should be a movie in itself, Nadia.
Truly. Nadia, I hope you like how smoothly it went. It was easy peasy.
Yeah.
Sarah and I keep it cash, and we
did it at an hour. I think that's a really good time.
That's a record for us.
Yeah.
That's big. Sarah, always a pleasure.
Always fun. I love catching up. We'll sign out. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Bye.